For years and years, Alzheimer's was characterised purely as a memory disorder, and there are lots of papers coming out to say that lots of the neurotransmitters and plaques and tangles that were characteristic of Alzheimer's could also affect the visual parts of the brain. And to me, that meant that we were missing a huge amount of information and evidence that would tell us why a person living with dementia might be behaving in a certain way.
How the hell am I going to get this lot on without dropping it on the floor all the time? I can't see any tea here actually. It's as if we're out of it.
Why are they distressed when it's a very cluttered environment?
Where the hell is the other one?
It's because their vision and attention isn't working. It might be nothing to do with the fact that their memory isn't working.
So this is what we're going to be doing with you today.
Oh.
And if you see the spot, that's showing you exactly where Tim is looking at any given point.
In the summer of 2019, we tried for the first time to get an insight into how dementia might affect visual perception.
I'm tickled by all this gear.
With a team from the Assistive Technologies Innovation Centre, we experimented with retinal tracking technology and filmed my parents engaging with familiar tasks.
Knock it on, that red light, that orange light comes on.
We had a feeling that Dad in particular was seeing things differently.
What I haven't done yet though is put any tea in there, which we're out of. Actually, I think there is some down
that's
there.
coffee, that's coffee.
You're right.
Part of that process of the brain breaking down is the loss of ability to recognise what different objects are and what their purpose is. So it's a phenomenon called object recognition. So for example, I might be looking for a shovel, but I pick a rake. Now they look very, very similar. They have totally different functions, but I don't remember what those functions are, and I don't remember the difference between a spade and a rake.
The hotspots produced through the retinal tracking software showed how Dad's focus was all over the place, with so many bright and shiny things calling for his attention.
What I would advise is declutter. So if I've got a degenerative brain disease and you put 3 things in front of me, I can't tell you the difference between each one. I don't want to look stupid.
So we stripped it all back and tried again. And thought we'd cracked it, but something else caught us out.
Where's the tea? Here's the tea.
I saw your dad doing this, making a cup of tea.
I was lucky.
There's 2 receptacles on the kitchen worktop. One is a mug, the other is the tea bag holder. But when you look at them, they look very similar. There's no difference between them really. They're both round. They both got tea bags in them. So what Dad did was pour water into that. And then he kind of realised when you prompted him.
Dad?
Yeah?
Where have you just poured the water?
And then you, right.
Aha!
If you look in a lot of hospitals, you've got white bathrooms, white toilets, white toilet seats, and we wonder why people with dementia can't see the toilet.
Most toilets you find will have a person, male or female. Well, that just means little people to a person with dementia. So a picture of a toilet is better.
It's about using red plates, doors for bathrooms red, toilet seats red, so that they can see them.
Around the wall we have signage which is 3D, so if a person's looking down the corridor, the pictures are sticking out so they can see, rather than if they flat to the wall you can't see that.
People living with Alzheimer's, for example, their visual and attention system, it can be highly abnormal. And that means that they can't process their environment, they can't find their way in their environment.
It's hard to imagine how you'd forget how to get back into bed after going to the bathroom at 4 a.m. My son JJ was on duty and heard Dad go back into his room, but didn't imagine for a moment that the next 3 hours would be spent like this.
Why are they in this room? Eh? Why are they in this room? I don't know.
3 hours later, he finally manages to fall asleep, but not in bed.
Clyde, are you asleep?
Not even I was trying to drop off, but
So that's why we use the retinal glasses, to try and bring theory to life and get some clues as to why Dad can't see things like he used to.
Something like a check shirt is hugely complex, and because of all the pattern on it, it's difficult to see the edges to that garment, and it may not appear to be a shirt.
I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to get this lot on without dropping it on the floor all the time?
Our brain is incredibly good at edge detection. That's what helps us see what is an object and what isn't.
This is an advance, or is it?
When you have something that's really patterned or checked, some components of that complex pattern will be found in the environment surrounding it, so you no longer get that lovely edge definition.
What are you seeing?
Lots of squares.
I suspect that a person living with something like Alzheimer's, for example, has that part of their vision or perception working not as well as it should do.
Shall I give you another shirt and see if you find it easier?
We might not be able to cure it, but we can certainly use that evidence to help a person live better with dementia.
Why was that so much easier?
I don't know, just flowed.
Reducing clutter, first of all, reduces the visual problems, because what I see often is what I will take.
No, Dad, that's a pair of pants. Dad, I think it's pants. After this, I tidied the drawers and clearly labelled them in big letters. But despite my hopes, the labels didn't really help.
If I say to you, we're going for a walk, I want my gloves, you go, but you got your gloves on. What's happened there is I was searching for a word which was socks, but I've come up with gloves because it's kind of similar. It's something you put on the extremities. It's in that ballpark of words.
If you're imagining a dictionary of the mind, effectively, the way that dictionary of the mind deteriorates tells you some very fundamental, almost philosophical things, really, about the way that dictionary of the mind is organised for all of us across the board. So the words that people tend to lose are often words that they've acquired late in their lives.
Usually what people will lose in the early stages is nouns first.
This white.
So you hear a lot of thingamajig, I was using the thingamajig, the whatchamacallit, what is it, and then I'll be doing all the actions, and then you'll say, remote control. Yeah, I know what it is. I'm not stupid. Yeah, and you're thinking, yeah, because I've done that the wrong way. If people start doing that, I say two things to them. I either say, tell me more, or show me what you do with it. Right? Now, it depends how much you wound them up by that point, the show me what you do with it bit, right? But usually people will go, you do this, and it turns the screen on the whatchamacallit. Yeah, right. Now I'm getting more info. I'm not going to guess, because you'll be there for hours guessing.
Do you remember who we are?
Yes.
What's my name?
Is this the one who...
Am I a helper?
You're a great helper.
Am I your daughter?
Yes.
Yes? Maybe?
Seems so. I was a bit surprised.
You're surprised?
Yes.
We had someone who used to say that they saw a marching band come into the lounge, but it had been on the telly. What can really help with that is yellow tape, about 1 inch thick, all around the circumference of the television, so it shows a clear demarcation between the room and the television. Might help, might not. We've got to figure out where is that person's field of vision, and that's where we need to put objects that they need to pay attention to.
My son Oscar was on duty one night in April when he realised the limits to Mum's peripheral vision.
Head on the pillow. Head on the pillow. Yeah, head. This one. Yeah, put your head lay down. Put your head. Yeah.
And this happened on numerous occasions.
I'm going to clean my teeth and I pick what I think is the toothbrush, but I picked up the razor instead. And now we're thinking, oh no, there's going to be blood everywhere. Chances are there won't be. One key thing, don't overreact. So it's not walking in the bathroom, oh my God, Dad, what are you doing? That's not a toothbrush, it's a razor, give it here. That's probably not going to go very well. We need to be thinking in our heads, right, he's mistaken this for the toothbrush. He can't see the toothbrush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that toothbrush and I'm going to offer it to him. I may say, Dad. And I may not say what the object is, but I may let him look at it and feel it. And he may actually feel, oh, this is the toothbrush. You may then offer, and he may then take that instead. What doesn't work very well is taking things away from people. Substitute, don't subtract. Because if you try and take it away from the person, suddenly it becomes the thing they want more than anything else.
The big lesson we've learned is to declutter, without stripping the place bare, of course, and simplifying things as much as possible.
We know that actually it's not just their memory that is declining, it's their ability to attend and to process information.
And remember what matters and what doesn't.
Let it go is a big phrase that we say. Look, let it go. Another phrase as well is the so what. So what if this happens? Like, so what if Dad puts his shirt on inside out? Does it matter? No.